Real estate agents, let's talk about one of the hottest topics that we are met with every single day, and that's real estate agent coaches. This is something that has kind of taken the world by storm. There's a lot of coaches out there calling a lot of coaches frauds, and the truth is that we need to take a step back and just as agents understand, is it time for a coach? Do I need a coach? What could I gain from having a coach? And ultimately look into this from a holistic perspective and make sure you make the right choice for you and your business. So stay tuned. What's up, guys? I'm Jeremy Kane with the Real Estate Agent Playbook, helping you win every single day at the game of real estate. If you like what you hear today, we're actually talking a bird's eye view about coaching today, but typically we talk about real estate lead generation. We talk a ton about my organization, the Wolfpack at eXp Realty, and we just talk a ton about collaboration. But ultimately, we're helping you win every single day at the game of real estate, whether you're listening on the podcast, watching on YouTube, or checking it out from some other social channel. Please do all the things, engage, raise your hand, and let's bring you into this community and have an engaging experience and all the things. So if you like what you hear, please like the video, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and let's get rolling. So with all these coaches out there, and the first thing I want to kind of talk about is the coaches that are constantly focused on the other coaches being frauds are usually the worst coaches, right? So let's put that aside. Here's the deal. There is a ton of value to be offered by most people in this industry. And the simple fact that real estate is so different and you can build it in so many different ways, there absolutely is the time and place for any coach. If, they've done something, if they, have access to a certain piece of technology, whatever, there's all kinds of great coaches out there. And I'm not going to be the one to tell you that most coaches are frauds and they do the thing. But I do want to help you make the right decision so you're not wasting a ton of time and energy and money in doing so. So first and foremost, are you ready for a coach? Has your business grown to a point where you absolutely need kind of that direction, right? Typically, when we get into real estate, it's kind of everything's coming at us. We, either kind of sink or swim. The ones that are probably watching this video are either at the beginning in that, sink or swim time period or are swimming pretty well. And when we start to think about this coach, certainly from the very get-go, there's courses and people that you can align with. And in today's modern era with so many, people on YouTube and just giving away all of their information, all that value, early on in your career, certainly start there. Do not rush into something. Do not pay a high dollar coach. Do not pay a mid-level coach without at least kind of getting your bearings. Because ultimately, if you're spending time with a coach and doing a lot of things, it may work out for you if you have a little bit of disposable income. But at the end of the day, we still have to make sure that we are doing the things to get clients into homes and get those conversations rolling, curating leads and turning them into, clients. And so a lot of people are like, okay, I'm with a coach, and they aren't even to the point where that's needed. So are you ready for a coach? Closed a few deals, ready to level up, need some accountability, need some direction? Certainly that could help. You could also get that from a mentor by, joining a brokerage or, how we run the Wolfpack at eXp with, very much in tune sponsorship where it's not any extra money to, coach. I coach every single one of my agents. They get access to my courses for absolutely free. So if you're interested in that and you like what I'm saying, please go to reagentwolfpack.com, book a call, and we can have that conversation and see if it's a fit. But in the event, that's not what you're looking for, let's talk about this. Are you ready, right? You can book a game plan call with me and we can go through that. Are you ready for a coach? What's that look like? And, I can point you in the right direction. Certainly I won't be a fit for everyone, but the biggest thing that we need to do as we move into, hiring a coach is we need to have conversations, right? We need to look at the proven track record. There are a few coaches that absolutely have never sold a home that are great coaches. However, you need to see some track record. The kind of craziness comes where you have these coaches that are, trying to produce and trying to coach and kind of in the middle, but they're trying to coach and their production kind of falls off, right? And there's no proof of concept anymore. This is where you get kind of the old, kind of guard the managing broker who hasn't sold a home in 10 years, who's trying to kind of help you develop your business. A lot's changed. A lot changes day to day in this industry, especially with tech and so on. So unless that person is extremely forward thinking as a broker or a mentor, you want to make sure that you are kind of going into what aligns with you. So that's the first and foremost, is where do you want to go? What best aligns? You don't want to join a cold calling coach when you want to, grow a YouTube channel, and then all the things, right? And you can look at all of the options as you kind of go into this. Is it just specifically YouTube, and are we ready to get on video? I will tell you that before you pay a YouTube coach, you better make sure that you can get comfortable getting on video. Because if you can't do that, there's probably not a coach that's going to help you. Like, we work through that, getting on video, getting over the awkward, but just make sure that you're really focused in on exactly what you are looking for. And when you're hiring them, ask the questions, right? And it isn't a non-negotiable if this person is not in production, but they better be fully dialed in, right? I think the thing that separates me as a coach from a lot is I truly care more about their business than my business, right? It's not about me. It's about where they're at in their, their progress and their routine, and how can I help impact that? How can we actually solve that problem that they are coming to me with, right? For instance, I had a coaching client come into me and she said, I've done 97% of my deals have been buyers. I want to switch over to listings. I've tried, to kind of start steering that way. Within the first 12 weeks, she had 15 listings, which was her goal when we first started the coaching, either in the pipeline or on the market. And so as we kind of develop those things and strategies, it sometimes takes a little bit different perspective to help guide you in this direction, right? And sometimes people are like, oh, well, I want a coach that absolutely has helped more first-time homebuyers than anybody, right? Make sure that this coach actually has what you need, and it's not going to force you into something that you're not there for, right? Because a lot of people have built this business in a different way, and if they're forcing you and saying you're not ready for this, or get on video, or whatever, certainly they're probably right, because that's how they did it and they're just speaking from their experience. But that does not mean it's the only way, right? That's just their limitation. So when you're hiring a coach, make sure you're having the conversations of, okay, this is actually what I want to do, right? I want to meet my clients with more video, and in the process, I'm going to, have a YouTube channel. Is that something that works? Do you have processes for that? Do you have assistance for that? And just ask those questions, and don't be afraid to, say, okay, cool, I'm going to think about it, and I'm going to interview a couple people and go from there. And so that's the most important thing, because as these, coaches come on, there is no, licensing piece of it. There's nothing that says that they can't do it. Now you have a cell phone, you can create a YouTube channel and kind of go viral. So make sure that you're aligning with that coach. Just like when I get clients or agents that join me and they need a mentor and they're in a different market, right? I'm like, hey, these are the things you need to look at when choosing a mentor, and you need to do it right now before you have a question on a contract in, Tallahassee, Florida. You need to make sure that you have somebody aligned that's going to be ready to meet you where you're at and help you with that contract along the way. Do the same thing for coaching, because there is, certainly a piece to that. So make sure you're taking some time on this. Hiring the right coach is extremely important. If a coach tells you that you need to sign up right now to get this deal or whatever, they're probably not the best case for you, because they're pushing you into something you don't need to be on. From my coaching business, I'm very, hey, this is kind of how it is. Let me know how I can help. I'll build out a strategy unique to you so that you can, build your business how you want to, right? I pride myself on meeting them where they're at. Certainly there's accountability just like in any other coaching, but it's not as cutthroat as some might think, because the truth is that there's very few personalities that identify with, you have to do it this way, you have to do it my way, and XYZ. Certainly, if that's the exact lane they want to go to, so if someone came to me and they said they want to build a business through repeat client referrals, I would have a very stringent, step out, but that doesn't mean that we can't add some of their personality. We can't add one of their client events into that, because the truth is, the more that input that you have as an agent into your coaching, and the more flexible it can be to build out a strategy and plan and then have the accountability, the better it will be for you. And then ultimately, you need to make some decisions, right? And this is an important piece. While I said that there's a lot of great coaches, there are some bad coaches out there, and I'm not going to badmouth anybody, but make sure that you're comfortable where you're at, right? If it sounds too good to be true, if they're talking too fast, if they're saying, yep, this is how it is, and they're sending you an invoice and sign up and pay me now, or this deal goes away, or I'm going to replace you with somebody else, you might want to take a step back and really look at the whole situation so that you're not, in that position, aligning with somebody and promising to pay them X amount of money when maybe that's not all that you want, right? So ultimately, the only bad coach is someone that doesn't take you as an agent and your input and, take that into consideration, right? And so if we were just a one-lane street, we could build a course, hand it to you, and you should be able to do it, right? And so that's super important to understand. That's probably the first step to understanding, a bad fit, not necessarily a bad coach. There's a lot of great coaches. There's a lot of bad fits for people, and make sure that you're just aware of the surroundings, of the pressure, of the timing, all of the things before you sign up for something that, maybe you're just not going to get anything out of, you're not going to align well, you're not going to be comfortable with, whatever. So just as any decision, make sure that you are protecting yourself from bad fits, not necessarily bad coaches, because I truly believe that there's a coach out there for every single type of agent, how you want to build it in your own style. And so that's super important to me, just to kind of, impress upon this industry that I've kind of gotten into and dabbled into as I've grown this organization and been in a position of leadership, having the opportunity to coach hundreds of thousands of agents, based through my YouTube channel, through my organization, through the Wolfpack in general, and having opportunities to speak at different events in LA and, here in Denver and all of the things. So as we kind of develop this, we're all kind of in that developmental phase. And as an agent hiring a coach, you need to make sure that you're protecting yourself against those bad fits before, it's too late and the documents are signed or what that looks like. And so maybe you're sitting here being like, Jeremy, okay, I'm a newer agent, I don't have a ton of money, and that's perfect. So the traditional coach, the one-on-one, this is how we're going to do it, setting up the game plan, making it, creating it for you, and then, running you through the drills, so to speak, and then, helping you execute on the plays and eventually turning into great business practice. We have a ton of alternatives, right? And there's, like I said, you can hire mentors, you can join different brokerages, you can align yourself. The truth is you're going to be the average of the 5 people you do surround yourself with in business and personal life and all the things. And so if you are finding that, okay, I don't have a ton of money, but I could, join a different group where there's more people aligned with me, right? Time and time again, especially due to, our, my partnership with Mike Sherrard, people are like, yeah, I'm the only agent that's trying to do YouTube in the whole office. So it's hard because, I'm convincing them and I do one video and I feel like I'm this and they're trying to have me run classes and things. I've heard that story time and time again. And so if you're really dialed into looking at how to, do those things modern, make sure you're aligning with people that have some background in, how you would like to align and grow your business, right? Because just as we wouldn't join a brokerage that doesn't offer leads when the only way we're going to build our business is by leads, we don't want to join a brokerage that, preaches the classical, 4x4 door knocking stuff when we want to build it the modern way. So make sure you can align that way. And sometimes it's a very small cost to align with, a different brokerage or an organization that will allow you to grow in the way that you want to. Honestly, when I came to EXP, that was my number one decision maker was, do I go with, this coach that's preaching cold calling and pushing these conversations, or do I go with a guy like Mike Sherrard, who's more modern, social media, and it more aligns with my business model as it is? Turns out I joined Mike, and that was a pretty good decision for me, but it's not right for everyone, right? So as we kind of work through this piece, there are options, right? There's courses out there. I have a course that helps you build lead generation pillars. It's low dollar. There's a link in the comments. You can reach out to me and I can help get you into that community. But there's all kinds of that. And then if you're just starting out, YouTube's probably the way. And if you're here watching this, maybe that's what you're doing, is looking for exactly what you want to do to help build your business. Now, I will tell you the dangers of, as you move down the free rank or the value rank, free, there's a lot of shiny objects. There's a lot of different coaches coming in. There's a lot of ads that pop up and all the things. And so if we're working through that, it's important to make sure that you are still staying focused, because part of the problem with, YouTube and learning that way is there's a lot of distractions that could be thrown into it. And so making sure you have a path and making sure you have a focus is important. At the end of the day, my biggest, goal is to help you win at the game of real estate. I want to help you understand how to build your business. I love dreaming with agents. I love being like, okay, I have this idea. How do we turn it into, an actual lead generation pillar that's going to be lucrative? That's more my lane, is being creative, helping you understand. Sure, I do a great job with sphere of influence. I do a great job, with my industry partners. I do a great job on social media, kind of putting all that together for my type ideal avatar. And so that was all built organically, and that's exactly how I like to coach. What do we want to do? Where are you at where there's people? Let's build that up and let's help you win every single chance that we can, because all of a sudden when we're all winning, when we're winning in spaces that we're already comfortable in, and now we're able to go watch our daughter's gymnastics and still, have real estate conversations and have leads come in through that just by the nature of being at gymnastics practice and things like that. That's huge for us, and that really helps elevate our business as we go, and it helps grow and scale it. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know. Just be very careful out there. There's a lot of stuff that is a bad fit, and that's the last thing I want for you. And if you think I might be a good fit, reach out. Let's have a conversation. I can help guide you in a way that will be economic for you and help you make those right decisions. So hope this helps. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one, and go get a win today. Bye-bye.